let's take a look at the next step in this process. It's simple. We're going to get simple. You don't have to go anywhere or do anything. Just be real. So let's take a look. So, in this situation, when we have someone here in our energy and they're sharing with us all of their perceptions of what's going on, and our reaction pops out again, even though we tried to change it 45 times before and it didn't work, why not? Alright, how about what we do is, rather than putting our energy on our outer world and focusing on what their words are saying, how about let's turn inward into our own self while they're talking. We're going to change our listening, and we aren't just going to be listening to their words, because their words are important, but they're not the deepest listening. Let's listen deeply to this person by feeling. Our reaction is coming from a trigger, from a charge that we have inside our body. And that's causing the desire to want to lash back and react back. So let's listen in a different way. Turn inward, and as this person is speaking, where does it hit you in your body? You know, feel, just kind of internally scan your body. Does your shoulders get tighter? Does your pelvis tighten? Does your arms come in? Do you feel a tightness inside your stomach, in your neck, in your head? Just do an internal scan of, where do I feel in my body right now? And really dive into that feeling of how that feels when that person is doing this. What's my feeling inside? Ooh, all of a sudden I remember my relative. All of a sudden maybe your little inner child comes up, remembering a relative treating you this way or sounding this way. Or you have a memory come up of a different situation or circumstance. But go inside and feel your body, and all of a sudden now, more than just listening with words and giving lip service back to this person that's really just not serving that much. If it's come around more than 2 or 3 times, it's time to do something else, really. So after feeling where this feeling feels in our bodies, really go into it. And with this practice, we can begin to feel compassion. All of a sudden it'll come up, oh, you're really afraid. This person's really afraid and really scared out here. Rather than being angry and upset, all of a sudden it goes back into a place in your body where you remember fear. Oh, I'm feeling fear in my body. Well, guess what? That's what the feeling is emanating off of this person. And that is what has woken up this trigger in ourself of fear. It's easy to find out what's really going on here. This person is not just angry and upset, but it triggered fear in my body. Ooh, I'm afraid. And it can take you back, if you stay with it, it can take you back to where that fear was born inside. What are you afraid of? It can go deep, deep, deep to be very specific. This is evolution here. So we even just knowing, oh, this is fear, then you already know that this person is so afraid right now, because that's what was triggered inside you. It's the same energy. Like energy attracts. Like energy attracts. So now that you know this is fear here, we can already respond at a different way. Wow, I am now coming from a place of compassion, because I see the oneness of both of us here. You're feeling fear, I'm feeling fear. I have compassion now for the fear that you're experiencing. And it's coming through in an angry looking tone. So now the response can automatically be that, compassionate. Wow, I am so sorry you're feeling so afraid right now. What can I do for you? How can I help? What can we do together to change this situation? Why don't we both sit down and feel it and transform it? I mean, sometimes it's going to be about, we can dive later on a little bit deeper into our terminology, because this person may not get with the word change and evolution and all that. So wherever we are in our practice, we're going to have to really get with what words we're using. If they think it's about changing something, then they can be about changing something, as long as you know that it's about transforming and shifting and lifting in consciousness and awareness. So we can use whatever words work as long as we know the truth. Hey, I see you're afraid. What can we do about that? Oh, and you can really be with the person and in compassion. And this is where it gets really, really awesome. Because it just does. This is where it gets really good. As we begin to see all these link-ups, as we begin to see that, wow, I have the same feeling you do. Now I can come from compassion with you, and we can approach this in another way. Once we begin to practice that, every circumstance, every situation, begin to listen from inside when someone's talking out here about how it feels to us to hear this. Then we can begin to see the oneness, and it's going to magnify. All of a sudden we'll be able to see into our outer world how all of our circumstances and all of our situations are mirrors of our inner world, and how they're all opportunities coming at us to say, hey, what about me? Have compassion for me. Have understanding for me. See me. Acknowledge me. This is all that is. And the second, the split second that this oneness connection is made, I see you in me. I understand now. Love opens up. Our heart opens and love flows into this situation, and this is presence. This is presence. Coming to the situation and feeling reactionary, that's presence at a level, because you're acknowledging it. Now let's go deeper with presence and realize, wow, we're actually one. There's actually a connection here of fear. We both feel it. Let's acknowledge that fear and watch it melt away. It actually evolves and transforms with bringing presence, bringing the light of awareness into our body, into the feeling, transforms all things. It is instantaneous, and it goes through all time and space, known and unknown. This is transformation. This is the beginning of really understanding the heart of transformation and how this works. So that's one example, but let's come into it a little bit deeper and take it a little bit deeper and see if we can really bring in a nice strong foundation of knowing that this is so.